And I do question myself sometimes and just think, why do I do all this? For what cause? I know it's for the greater good. I know I'm trying to build something up, but it's difficult for anyone that's thinking of starting a business. I've been in this industry for 30 odd years, probably running my own business for 20, maybe 25 of those years, and it's bloody hard. So welcome to Monday. This morning I've just got to nip up to Daisy Bank. We've got just a few finishing items like the dishwasher door. The dishwasher won't go back far enough because there's a waste pipe behind it, obviously because there's a sink next to it. Another one of Wix's fuck-ups where they've just, I don't know, why they make dishwashers wider than the actual units is beyond me. It's always been a bit perplexing for me for years. And I know you probably shouldn't run a waste pipe round the back of the units, but the units have got a cavity in the back for running pipes and things and services behind them, so why hasn't the dishwasher? But yeah, so normally I just get the kitchen fitted, because we've now sorted one, to go up and finish it off, because I am genuinely trying to stay off the tools this year. But no one wants to arse about or something like that, you know what I mean? They just want to do it right kind of thing, so I've just got to try and get that and make it work. Got to plumb the tap in, we've got to just put the washing machine back, fascia on the freezer, just a few finishing bitches, yeah, they are bitches, but yeah, finishing bits. But yeah, I've got to just get those bits finished off today. The door wants hanging as well, what Bet made the other day. That's it really. So hopefully it's not too much of a ball ache, because the jobs that I hate doing, and one of the reasons I want to get off the tools, I hate messing about with stuff that's just not been designed right in the first place. Let's get up there anyway, meet up with Bep, get it all wiped off. Meanwhile, the lads should be cracking on over at Nutton Lane on the loft conversion. Me and Bep are here now, battling with this kitchen. Yeah. Honest to God, if any of you watching out there, never, ever, 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 ever,
ever, never
buy a kitchen from Wix. Honestly, it's been the worst kitchen I've ever fitted in probably 30 years. So, just trying to get this dishwasher to go back now. The dishwasher's actually wider than the carcass units, so it's like, what are you supposed to do? So, having an absolute nightmare with this kitchen. So, it's getting late now. It's got to, what time are we on now? It's 4:20. I'm still here, obviously. Bit finishes at 4:30, so he needs to get back. Obviously, we're in leak, so he's had to go. So, he's left me here on my Todd. Hey, say. Being the proprietor of a business. But yeah, we're having an absolute nightmare with... Basically, the dishwasher is just way too wide for the carcass unit, so we've had to basically take all the plasterboard off behind so we could get it go back, which has been a bit of a nightmare. And then also, the cooker tap, it's got all, it comes with all the washers and seals and stuff like that, but one of them just won't bloody seal. So in the end, I've managed to do it. I've used some plumber's mate and some PTFE tape and put 2 washers in instead of 1, so, and it stopped it. But it's just been an absolute nightmare. So have a look at this. So as you can see, we've managed to get the dishwasher in. The gaps up the side are not amazing. Are you with me? I'm not really that happy with it, but because it's come from Wixies, it's been a nightmare. So it looks good on the surface. Obviously the worktops have come from Howdens. They are quartz. But even so, because of that long length there, got a join here. So there's just a few little bits that I'm not happy with, but the customer seems to be happy, so that's the most important thing, I suppose. But yeah, it's getting there now. Just like I say, just managed to part her up, just doing the waste, and I can then put the integrated washer in, which is just over there. Got to drag the fridge in there, and then all that side's finished. Electrician's been today. Fridge is over there, smeg one. So yeah, electrician's now finished. He's all wired up and what have you. So it's just these last few bits, and then we've got a ledged and braced door in the other part of the extension. See if I can put some lights on through here. There you go. Bip's hung that now. So hopefully that should be right. Back in the van, and I'm not too happy because it's now 6:30. I've been there since 9 o'clock this morning. Bit was there for 8:30. He left at 4. Those are his hours, but he needed to get off. He got something to do after work. But yeah, we've just had an absolute nightmare. Everything that we've opened today, every component towards that kitchen has needed some kind of adapting or cutting to fit, or things that should just click into place. Like take the cover panel for instance, for the fridge that goes around all the gubbins, where you change the dials and stuff like that, should just click into place. Doesn't fit, so we've had to get the multi-tool out and cut round the hinge as it fits in. And yeah, the cooker tap's been an absolute fucking nightmare. Leaks all over the place. So we've had to basically take it apart and PTFE everything up, which we probably should have done in the first place, but yeah. And then we've come to put the washer back, and the guys that have done the worktops from Howdens have obviously moved the base unit because it now doesn't fit. And I know that it fitted before because we put it in temporarily for the woman to use over Christmas. So yeah, I'm not happy at all, because the fact that the work that we went to do today should have took me and Bip about 4 hours, maybe 5 at a push, and I've been there all day, and so has Bip. I've tried messaging the customer just to say, "Are you coming back? We need to sort this out," because obviously it's costing me, not her, in time. Yeah, obviously I feel sorry for her because she's been bitten really hard by Wixies. They've took the absolute mick and then just kind of shrugged the shoulders when we've come for some kind of customer service. So I'm really not happy at all, basically, because I've got a stack of quotes to do. Must have 6 or 7 quotes for decent size extensions that I need to get sorted and get back. I need to actually arrange a start date for 2 extensions. So I've not been in the office all day. So yeah, I need a joiner. I need someone to replace me who can do this kitchen fitting. It's either that or we stop doing it. Are you with me? We just do the build and we stop at plaster, which is what we've always done, to be honest. But we're trying to expand, so yeah, not fucking happy at all. But it is what it is, isn't it? I can't change it, but what I can change is what we do moving forward. And we've said today, both of us, if we ever get offered to fit a Wixies kitchen again, the answer's no. Full point blank no, regardless of whether we check it over or what. I don't care. We're not doing it because the quality is shocking. The customer service is shocking. Their design is shocking. Yeah, just all out and out rubbish. So, and it's basically, yeah, it's probably, that kitchen was probably I don't know, what did I quote it for? Yeah, 3 days we quoted for that kitchen without the worktops. We've probably been on it a good 12. So yeah, so it's got to the point where we've charged some extra, but not the amount of work that we've done extra. So I'm going to have a chat tonight, but that's another issue. I can't go hold of him working hours, the customer. So I know for a fact I'm going to get home, I'll be having my tea, or I'll sit down after having a bath, and the phone will go, and I'll be expected to sort stuff out. So I'm not doing it no more, drawing a line under it. I'll basically say, I'll speak to you in the morning, and that's it. So, but yeah, this is it for me. I think this has been the final straw, you know what I mean? I'm not doing this. Why should I work my absolute tits off, and you know what I mean, for my company, and I'm not getting paid any more than I would do just working for someone? Probably getting paid less, to be honest, at the moment. So, because we're trying to grow and I'm trying to put everything back. But yeah, it's difficult, but it is what it is. We're going to have to find a way through it. We're finding a way forward. We're not basically, going to repeat this ever again. But yeah, let's get back in that office now. At 6:30. Well, it's going to be 7 o'clock by the time I go home. Peace out. Morning, guys. It's Tuesday. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to go back up to Leek today to try and just finish off those bits that we couldn't finish yesterday. Customer did come back to me and just said, I'm still at work, I've still got clients. So, I'd left by then. So, we'll go back up there. We'll see if we can sort this washing machine out. And then hopefully we can just get away, because I've had enough with the job now. Stuff again out of our control. This is what really gets to me when running a building company, is it's my company, yet there's so many times where I'm not in control because of external forces that I just can't control, basically. So, take the completion on the bungalow, for instance. It's now with the solicitor. They're now questioning something about the planning, which the planning went through over 10 years ago. It was almost built, and we knocked it down and rebuilt it. And it's like, what next? And then with the leak job, the kitchen supplied by Wixies, arranged by the customer. Probably there's the mistake. Shouldn't have allowed that. It's been a nightmare. From the point, I think, I had a quick look last night, when we finished the extension part, we'd made a profit. Now we've got to do in the kitchen fit and the other bits that she's asked for. We're not making a profit on that job. Can you see how frustrating it is? And it's and I'm so tired, like ridiculously tired. I'm trying to do potentially 4 men's jobs. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be on the tools, normal subby, turn up 7:30, 8 o'clock, go 4:30, 5 o'clock, job done. Go have his tea, not think about it till the next day. I'm trying to do that sometimes. I'm also trying to be an estimator, pricing all of these projects. I'm also trying to be a bookkeeper, and kind of keep all the admin tasks all together as well. And then I'm also basically being the marketing department, doing this, and getting the leads in the first place, sales and marketing. So that just leads to me being a very, very busy person and getting really tired very quickly at the moment. So, you know, I'd got some kind of hope in the fact that I'd reached out to someone, I'm not going to say who, because it's not fair, about some kind of mentorship, and they come back with something. It's taken them a while, because obviously they've had to put something together, but they've come back with something which is absolutely phenomenal, but just out of my grasp price range. Just, you know what I mean? It's priced for someone that's already at the point of where they want to get to. And if I was at that point now and I can afford that, then I wouldn't need it in the first place. Are you with me? So yeah, it's constantly like this. When I first got into property and kind of investments, hang on, the phone's ringing, guys. I'll come back to you in a sec. Sorry guys, that was Ben on the phone. Just a couple of questions about the wall plate and the joists on the loft conversion job. But yeah, well, what was I saying now? Yeah, when I got into property, the one thing that a lot of the gurus and a lot of the people that were mentoring people and educating people said was, you need to make sure that you build your circle basically with the 5 people that you want to be. So, you know, wherever you want to be, you've got to surround yourself by 5 people who are there already. Are you with me? Now that's, to me, over the last couple of years, almost proven impossible, because those people want to be around people who are higher than them. Are you with me? So in order for you to spend time with them, it generally costs money, and it's very high ticket, like crazy money. And if a lot of people had that kind of money to be in those circles, then it's, you know what I mean, it's kind of catch-22. They wouldn't need that in the first place. But yeah, with me though, sometimes I find these people, and it's not the fact that I want to be around them because I want to be in their place. I genuinely, you know, watch these people, build up a bit of respect, and start to like them, and almost think I could be friends with them. Are you with me? So it's not just about, you know, bettering myself or getting more money in the pot and stuff like that. Generally find stuff in common with these people. Yes, they are where I want to be as well, but that's not the main thing with me. So, but like I said, like I keep saying on all these videos, I'm here to be held accountable, and I'm finding these things, and they are what they are. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I can't change that, so I've got to find a way forward, and that's why I'm here. So I'll just keep plodding. I don't know, till I drop. I don't know, till I've had enough. But, you know, but when will that be? I'm kind of 31 years in this year. Yes, I've done okay, you know what I mean, but it's always been a struggle, always. It's never been, I'm not going to say easy, but it's never stayed at a point where I could think, you know, this is fine, I'm comfortable here. There's always been some kind of worries coming along that are kind of potentially going to upset everything. So anyway, I'm getting far too deep here. You know, it's supposed to be about construction and my journey, but yeah, let's get up to Daisy Bank and Leek now, see if we can finish this off. Hopefully the customer's in. If she's not, then I haven't got a clue what we're going to do, but, you know. But yeah, let's get up there. So while I'm driving up there, something that I saw over the weekend, which quite concerning really, was a local company to me, so Staffordshire based company called Cordwell Construction. You know, massive company really, has basically gone into administration over the weekend. You know, that company turns over around about 50 million quid a year. You know, 400 to 500 employees. I think it's probably closer to 500 or 500 guys working for them. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's kind of, what's happening to the industry? You're seeing it all the time. That I know people come and people go, and you know, companies go bump all the time. Yeah, and there has been rumours around that they've done it before, but I see it from a different lens. Are you with me? I'm seeing it from what I'm doing here and how difficult it is. Whereas a lot of people that put the comments on social media are just probably not better but frustrated because they've lost out, you know what I mean? If they subcontract to them or they're a customer or something like that, then obviously they're going to be disgruntled. But I see it from their eyes of how difficult it must be, and it's kind of a little bit disheartening that if a company that's kind of turning 50 million quid over a year, you know what I mean, managing to get themselves out there enough to find that much work, yet still can't make it pay. You know, it's kind of, it's worrying. You know, at the minute, we're pulling loads of work in as it stands, but the problem I've got now is I'm here in this van and not pricing that work. I should be in the office this morning. You know, I've got so much stuff to do, it's untrue. And I tried to make a bit of a dent on it last night, but I was absolutely shattered, and I knew I was making mistakes because I was so tired. So, you know, about 10:30, I kind of called it a day. I've tried to do a little bit this morning, but again, wake up so tired because your mind's constantly active. So, yeah. But I'm trying to be positive. It's fucking hard though. Honestly, it is hard when you're faced with all of this shit. But I suppose we'll get there. And if we don't, we'll fucking die trying, won't we? One of them. Right guys, so we've now, I think, fingers crossed, actually finished this kitchen. It's been a nightmare, honestly. And I'll say it again, don't ever buy a kitchen from Wicks and expect it to be right. But we've managed to do it. We've had to take plasterboard off behind compliances and all sorts because the appliances are actually wider than the units, which is crazy. So, but we have been told that it's a known fact that the Wicks units are not as wide as most others, Howdens and, you know, Magnets and Wren and what have you. But it looks pretty nice now. It's all done and dusted. We've just got one door that's damaged when it was opened, but we've put it on anyway, but that can be replaced whenever. So have a look at this. That's it now, I've just left there, all done. Yeah, nightmare with the washer. Basically went to level the legs up, went to adjust one of the legs, and it just come out of its thread basically. I think what's happened, it's been cross-threaded in the factory. People are going to start thinking I'm making these things up. There's been that many issues with this kitchen, but honestly, it's been a nightmare. It's weird really because the appliances are AEG, but I've just had a look online and apparently the AEG stuff that comes from Wix's isn't their, you know, their German top brand stuff. It's a Chinese cheap equivalent. So, which figures because the back of the washer was wider than the front when we actually measured it. And I'm only talking like 2 or 3 mil, but now that's going to make a difference, isn't it, when you try and get an appliance in a space. So, but yeah, it's all done now. I think we've wiped everything off, all the little snagging items as well. So hopefully the customer's happy with that and they pay the final invoice and we can basically crack on with whatever's next now. Back in this office now. Well, I've been here for a while, to be honest, and it's actually, if you look, it's gone dark out there. Welcome to the world of construction. So yeah, basically we've got quite a lot of quotes. I don't know why, but leads just keep coming in at the minute. I think it's because I'm really on top of the SEO on Google, so I've just been keeping on top of kind of updating and stuff like that, which reminds me I need to do that now because I haven't done it this week. But yeah, plenty of quotes coming in, plenty of leads coming in, so obviously lots of quotes going out, but obviously they take time to do. And we've just had a client come back for a design and build project, an extension not far away from here. Basically, we've done him an initial estimate based on planning drawings. Planning permission's now been accepted and it's come back with full working drawings, so he's asked for an up-to-date quote basically. So we've just done that, that's been sent over to him. I've got one more now that I just need to get a start on, ready for tomorrow, and then I need to nip out tomorrow just to have a look at an issue on this loft conversion with the wall plate being so low. There's a bit of a rake on the bottom end of the ceiling, so the ceiling spars are attached to the actual roof, the rafters themselves, rather than sitting on the wall plate. So building the joists off the wall plate is meaning, you know, loads of packing up, like ridiculous amounts. So I've just got to go and have a look at that, speak to building control, just check that they're okay with what we're doing, and then I can get back in here and crack on with all these bloody quotes. So yeah, there's loads, and obviously they don't do themselves, and when I've been out on site messing with this kitchen, obviously it looks great now, and hopefully the customer's happy. Just sent a link over to her for a Google review. Hopefully we get something positive, because there's been issues. It's not been our fault, far from it, are you with me? It's been the supplier of the kitchen. But there's been issues, and I hope she just doesn't take that out on us. I can't see that she will, because we've gone above and beyond to try and get it sorted for her. So hopefully she'll come home tonight, really love it, and I'll get some kind of text message that says, wow, it's nice. But that's for, you know, we'll just have to wait and see for that. But yeah, crack on now. I'll be here, probably gone late tonight. Jump in the bath and get in bed and get up tomorrow again and do it all again. Morning. Wednesday today, back in the van, just nipping over to the Nutton Lane job. It's a loft conversion. Basically got a bit of an issue where I mentioned yesterday, where the wall plate's low because it's a slightly cranked ceiling. So just want to go have a look at the detail there on how it's been built up to take the joists, which is obviously going to have the dormer front wall sitting on. I've also got the building inspector coming out as well, just to have a look at the steels. So just nipping out there this morning, then back in the office, full day. Got all kinds of stuff to do, loads of quotes to try and get out, bits of admin like changing direct debits over because we've changed bank accounts. So yeah, nice fun day. What are you guys getting up to? Make sure you drop me a comment. There's not many people that are commenting on the videos, and I think that's the one thing that's hurting us on the algorithm, supposedly. So if you could comment, and then obviously like the video, subscribe, everything that goes along with the YouTube video. Honestly guys, it just really helps us. So if you could just jump, let you take you 2 seconds on it, just hit that button. So right, let's get over there now and get the day going. Right, back in this office now, building inspector come, everything was good, she was happy with it all. She's asked for a couple of photographs so she doesn't have to come back and inspect the top steel, but probably be able to see anyway on pre-plaster. So all good for that. She didn't want to be filmed, otherwise I'd got some footage of her while she was there, which is fine. Are you with me? We're now back in here now. I've basically just sorted a quote and sent that over because it was literally just a rough figure for a refurb based on a guy who's buying a bungalow to do a flip. So that's just gone over. We are waiting for a deposit to land for a project in Wilmslow so as we can basically arrange the scaffolding. I've earmarked that one ready to go. As soon as it lands, we can get that sorted. Something that's worth mentioning is we don't do anything without a deposit from a customer. Years and years ago, I got stitched. I got taken for £78,000, probably over 20 years ago now. So, and it taught me a valuable lesson that every job that I do, regardless of who it's for, we have a deposit paid up front to basically book the slot, and then we have interim payments throughout the job. So yeah, I'm also waiting on a payment coming in for the completion of that extension, the one that I showed you where the kitchen was finished the other day. Yeah, and then it's just basically, I've got some admin tasks to do. We've basically changed bank accounts, so I've got to change a load of direct debits over. Not looking forward to that. I'm halfway through it now, to be fair, and then just, yeah, more quotes. We've had another 4 leads come in this week that I need to basically contact them people and just work out when we're going to go out and see the project, whether they need the design and build or whether it's just, you know, they've already got drawings and it's just a price for projects and there forward. Yeah, busy day. Let's crack on. Been one long ass day on the phone. So yeah, it's one of my pet hates, kind of sorting direct debits out, and you know what I mean, it's actually speaking to people, especially when it's like phone suppliers and people like that. But yeah, it's all done now, it's done and dusted, and then obviously I'm just following up on some quotes now. One, you've seen it in the last video, lovely big property, massive extension. And as I said to you in the last video, one of the first things he says was, yeah, I need to keep the cost down. And I knew the moment I pressed send on the quote, because it was well over like 140 grand, 150 grand. And I just knew. But basically, obviously, I've always got the procedure to follow the quotes up. I generally call the client when the quote's sent, just to let them know that it's sent in case it goes into a junk file or something like that, just to say, you know, if you want to do any value engineering at all and work anything backwards to match up with your budget, then we can sit down and do that, go through the quote line by line and see if we can change things. Obviously, I'm not going to drop the price because that only comes off your profit. But yeah, been trying to get hold of him now for the best part of 3 or 4 days, just doesn't answer the phone. He's probably seen my number, decided I'm way too expensive and doesn't want to speak to me after he knew that I told him that the quote would take me about 6 hours. So this is the problem with the building industry, you know what I mean? And everyone will be screaming, why don't you charge for your quotes? You can't, because the next man doesn't. So that makes you look like a bit of a tosser for charging for your quotes. And then people just don't have the quote done because they'll get the next man to do it for free. So we're kind of our own worst enemy in this industry, whereas people will do things for nothing to try and win business. They'll buy jobs, and it sets the whole industry up for a fall. Are you with me? So, but it's how it is, so we have to kind of deal with it. But it's one of my pet hates. You know what I mean? If you've got no interest in having the job done, don't waste someone's time, especially when it's 6 hours of their life. So, but yeah, same with a couple of others as well. You just ring, but sometimes they do call back. Ran round all of the leads that have come in. Been quite lucky with them ones. I think there's 4 leads come in this morning there was 5 leads, that come in, and 4 out of the 5 have answered the phone and have booked appointments to go out and look at the job. The other one hasn't answered the phone, so it's like, if you're going to fill a form out on someone's website for them to give you a call, answer the phone. It's common sense when you think about it, isn't it? But yeah, I know people are busy and everyone's got to get on with their lives and what have you, but yeah, just think about people that are trying to just make a living. Right, it's now, what kind of time are we on now? It is 20 to 5. So, and I've still got a few bits to do, so let's get on with them now, and then hopefully I might be able to leave this office at a decent time today. Might be able to get away for about 5, 6 o'clock. Let's see. Tomorrow, we've got to nip down just to see the lads. He wants to measure the stairs up and get them ordered up front, which is what I've told him we need to do now to stop time being wasted, because if he orders them when he needs them, they've obviously got a lead time. So you've got to go and measure up for them. Just to explain to him that you've got to measure the going and the rise and all of that. And he kind of gets it, but the last thing I want is a mistake on a £1,000 set of stairs. So get over, have a look at that in the morning, and then get back in here and carry on what I'm doing, basically. Get some jobs arranged. Morning, guys. It's Thursday. Slept in this morning. I'll be honest with you. It's just bad night, basically. Bad night's sleep. Up late, just kind of back in here trying to get stuff tidied up. Bad night, basically. So this bungalow, it's not going to complete again this Friday, which is shit. It's having a massive effect, but there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. You know what I mean? It's all out of my hands. You know what I mean? Everything's getting hard, and I do question myself sometimes and just think, why do I do all this? For what cause? I know it's for the greater good. I know I'm trying to build something up, but it's difficult. For anyone that's thinking of starting a business, I've been in this industry for 30 odd years, probably running my own business for 20, maybe 25 of those years. And it's bloody hard. So I'm trying to grow, as you've seen if you've watched any of the other videos, I'm trying to get to that next stage where I'm fully in this office, basically promoting the company. I want a project manager to kind of manage the projects, and I basically want to concentrate on building work and bringing work into the company, finding deals. It's what I see that I'm good at. It's the thing that I've found that I do well at. You know what I mean? The other stuff I can do, but I just haven't got the passion there for it, which is probably why I don't do as well at them things. But yeah, my next port of call is to bring a project manager in. I think I need someone to take the heat off me, because it's all getting too much. It's getting hard. You know what I mean? I thought I had that bit of a lifeline. I thought I was going to end up with someone mentoring me who's actually been there and done it this year. But it's a catch-22 situation. Just can't afford, the price that they want. I can't afford it. And without being able to afford that, I can't get to the point to where I want. So, yeah. It is what it is. Anyway, I've had my whinge for the day. Still got stuff to do, regardless of what I feel like. You know what I mean? And that's the case of it. Within business, doesn't matter whether you feel like just pulling the covers over your head and staying in bed, or, you know what I mean, you don't feel like turning up for work. You've got to. You know what I mean? You're not chucking any sick days when you're running your own company. Even when you're sick, you're working. Right, let's get on. We've got jobs to price. I think I need to nip out on site and just check something over. I've got Martin to chase to try and sort out this job in Wilmslow. because that's dragging its feet now, you know what I mean? I've put things in place, and it's just, obviously he's on some business retreat in Tenerife at the minute, so it's probably the last thing on his mind. But if I want to grow, I need to expand into better areas. So, right, let's crack on. I'll catch up with you in a bit, guys. So, back in the van. Just had a call from young Bip. The nail gun that they've got on site is playing up. They're just trying to get the floor down in this loft. Luckily, I've got one in my van, so just jumped in quickly. Just literally being down the road rather than, you know, have them coming off site, rather keep them working. So I'll just nip over there now, drop this nail gun off to them, catch up with them, just see where they're at. I've just had a look at the software, just checked off all the boxes, just seeing whether they're on schedule or not. They have dropped behind by a day, but obviously, you know, look at the weather we're having, it's absolutely shocking. So suppose that's understandable, although if we want to maintain the profit, we're going to have to pick that up somewhere. So hopefully we can pick it up when we get inside the loft. Let's get down there now, drop the nail gun off. Ja, nail gun. Turn it off, man.
Copyright licensing. I don't think it matters. I actually started making money off of it. Look, you just get a copyright strike anyway. Shit, that's I thought like, people who've got millions of followers like get making money off them. Are you monetised, is it?
Doesn't matter, you get a copyright strike regardless,
okay. I thought you'd have to be monetised, like if you're making money on it.
I want to eventually, yeah. Well, you're winning, or what, Bep?
Always winning, never losing. Never lost in my life. I've always won. That road down, where's that glue? There's this one.
Yeah.
You've got 2 beds, shower room and robes. Is that the...
That's the latest drawing,
that's the latest one?
Yeah, but we're not doing the shower room, basically.
What's you having there instead?
It's just a cupboard. Same space, but just a cupboard.
There's that one, that needs getting rid of then?
Yeah, it's the same layout, just the internals are different.
It's not, because all the studs are different places, because here she's got the on the side of the chimney, step back for the bed for sitting, the alcove and all sorts.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'll remove that one when I get back to the office now. Yeah. That was probably the first draft. Back in the van. So we're now on his way over to a place called Haslington, which is over near Crewe. So this is an extension query that come in via, I think it was Google, so I'd have to double check that, but I think, yeah, come in through our CRM via Google, via a web form. Ladies basically already had someone lined up to do the extension, kind of booked them in, and then had a phone call from them a few weeks later when they were due to start, just say that they think that it's too big for them because the amount of steel work involved. So we're going to go have a look now, see if we can get her a price over, but I think she's keen to get started as soon as possible, so that could be an issue at the minute. Because the amount of stuff that's come in these last couple of weeks is crazy. So, but lots of stuff's come in, but no one's actually yet booked off the back of it. So, but we've got what have we got on? So Daisy Bank's now finished. There might be a little snagging item or two, but I can't see because we went through it with a fine tooth comb and snagged it ourselves. Obviously the loft conversion on Nutton Lane is like midway through. We've got an extension in Blurton which is starting at the end of February, and there's a scaffold going up tomorrow for a re-roof. I think that's it. I'd have to just double check, but yeah, we're quite busy, so it's getting to the point now where if we can get some more jobs in, that's when we can actually get some lads off our subcontractor list to basically try and get them to come, not full time, but you know, to come and work for us on longer term contracts basically. So we have got quite a few people that want to do that because they are struggling with inconsistency. I just think they're not marketing their services very well, obviously. Some people don't want to. There's not many people out there that want to do this, that want to sit in front of a camera and put themselves out there. And the whole reason I do this is marketing. So obviously I'm here on YouTube for you guys to hold me accountable to try and grow this company, which is difficult, but you know, that's another story. But let's get over there now, have a look at this one, and then get back to the office. Actually, no, sorry, scratch that. I've got another one after this, right across the other side of the city. Typical, isn't it? And then we'll get back to the office. Back in the van again. So that one was, again, lovely looking property. Obviously the advertising that I'm doing is paying dividends because we're getting exactly what we want in a customer, our perfect avatar. So yeah, have a look at this, you know, lovely big property, decent sized garden, obviously got expendable income. So that is our perfect avatar. Those are the people that we want as our customers, that are more interested in value rather than price. Are you with me? Don't get me wrong, price is always important to everybody, but some people, you know, when they've not got the time to spare, they just want a service, and that's what we want to provide. Are you with me? And it allows us to make a profit, and we're not chasing his tail all the time like we have done in recent years. So, but yeah, I've spoke that long at that last job. I'm now late for the next one, so I've just had to text him quickly. So I'm running 20 minutes late. I'll be there shortly, and we're now on his way there. So that was an interesting one. Got the drawing here, and basically what's happened is, obviously can't show you that now, massive big full-size drawing, but what's happened is they've had an extension built about 10 years ago. Had a bit of a nightmare with the builder from what I can gather, and then basically had the extension built. Looks really nice, to be fair, but they've got like a massive sky pod on, like pretty much the size of the whole roof, and then they have got like bifold doors across that, so you know, there's a lot of glass. They are slightly older, not going to say old because that's not very nice, and they're just fed up of being cold. So, but these bifold doors are absolutely stunning. They must be about, don't know, about 6, maybe 7 meters long, and they go round the corner, so the whole back of the house opens up. And they want to rip them all out, brick it up, and just put normal windows and a patio door in. So, yeah. Crazy, absolutely crazy, but it's a job and they want it doing. So, and it's such a shame that I can see now that those bifold doors would be worth a fortune second hand, but they're going to be fixed to the steel with tack screws and all sorts. It's going to be a nightmare to get out, aren't they? So, but if we do end up doing that job, I'm going to make it my mission to try and get those doors out in one piece. But there's a bit of confusion there. The architect and the customer thinks that we can leave the steel that's above the bifold doors, that's been cantilevered off a steel post, in place, and just build up to it. Now, I don't know if that's possible, because I think there'll be quite a bit of settlement if we take that post out. And then I've got a feeling that if the engineer actually has a look at it, there will need to be some kind of wind post, because this wall's so long. So, but let's get back anyway, and we'll put something together as a prize. But I need to speak to the architect on that one and just get his thinking on it, on how he thinks it should be done. Are you with me? Because in my eyes, it's far better, because the roof's been changed as well because of the lantern. If they're going to take the roof off, you might as well just get rid of the steel, take the bifold doors out, and just build up from the floor. So I think that's by far the better option, but they didn't want to do that. They wanted to try and keep stuff in place and build up to it, and it never works out right that way. So, but let's get back now to the office and get some of these quotes done. Morning guys, it's Friday, so we've got an absolute mountain of quotes to get through today. Some bits of admin need doing, try and tidy up on those. And we also need to basically nip over to the Nutton Road job just to have a look at the stairs. Ben's pulled something on the drawing that might not work, but I've had a look at it just, and I think it's okay. So just got to go out and clarify that. Might as well measure up for the stairs while we're there, get those ordered. Because we just checked the software this morning, and that's the next stage that needs doing. It's the milestone. So just going to make a start on this quote. I'm going to have me croissant and my coffee. Get me? Posh. Sell me a bit of porridge or some cereal. But yeah, have them. Get this quote done. And then, yeah, head over there. I was supposed to have a meeting today. There was a guy coming up from London, wanted to invest in one of my projects. So we were just going to have a quick coffee and a bit of a natter face to face. It's always better face to face. You can look someone in the white of the eyes. But yeah, he's cancelled his wife's sale or something like that. So got plenty more time in the office. And then later on, I'm going to meet up with some mates, some mountain bike buddies that I've not seen for a while. Going to go have a pub, go to the pub. Not that I drink, but probably have a shandy or something. Maybe have a burger or something to eat. Catch up with some old mates.
Steele's man, he's coming in with that cup one rafter at the front. What are you doing now, babe?
Cutting wood.
We're getting some notches done out of the rafters on the back. All these are, the front's propped up to take the weight to the front side of the roof. The arc goes onto scaffold planks, screwed in to the rafters, screwed down to the floor. So we can notch out this side while this takes all the weight, and then we can get the steel in. We've managed gates up onto a padstone, but we've had to take this padstone out because there's a bit of a sag in the ridge line. So what we're going to have to do is we've put it into position. We're going to have to get an acco underneath it this side, prise it up until it finally meets and it straightens out this old ridge, and then we can put the padstone back in, and then we're Gucci. Can Tommy boy? He's banging. Get that padstone in now, tile it. See, it makes just holding him steady, aren't you, Bib? You reckon? Yeah, good. Yeah. Nice. So that's on padstone both sides. Nice.
And that's your lot this week, guys, for this week's Builder's Diary. So I really do mean this when I say it. I know I say it at the end of every video, but it means the world to me for you guys that actually tune in and watch. Because if no one watched, there'd be absolutely no point in making these videos, would there? So I know the numbers are small, but that's something I'm working on. And with your help, share it round, show everyone about the videos and people might watch. Are you with me? But what you can do immediately that will help is just drop down there, give the video a like, try and comment on the videos if you can. Let me know what you're doing. It's very similar to what I'm doing. Are you with me? And then also make sure you subscribe, because a lot of people that actually watch these videos don't subscribe, and that hurts the channel. So if you want to see more videos, try and help me out, guys. Right, so if you want to watch last week's episode of this Builder's Diary, just have a quick look on that link there. And if you want to watch a video where we actually build a full extension in a series, have a look at that link up there. And if you want to subscribe, just hit that link there. Cheers, guys.